Lindsey, what skill or talent would you like to learn or have right now?
Always wanted to learn the saxophone. I've always loved jazz music, so I thought learning the saxophone would be a fun talent to have.
So with the weekend in mind, what is your favorite thing to do on the weekend?
So I have two girls, preteens, teens, and they run around all week, lots of sports, lots of activities. So the weekends I like to be home and not drive anywhere. Like just peace and quiet on the weekends.
What is your favorite cheat food?
So it's not really a cheat food. It's more like I think it should have its own part in the food pyramid. Tacos. I mean, every day I could eat a taco. Any kind of taco either. You can put anything in a taco.
I think that is one of the 5 food groups. All right, Lindsey, how did you get here? How did you start in the industry?
Funny thing about how I got into the industry, I kind of tell people I fell into it. So I actually started off as just a secretary at a financial firm, and that is where I met Nate Towers. And I was just there, like I said, as a secretary, but I noticed after I'd been there for a while, people would come in with such concern and worry. You could just see it wearing on them. They weren't looking forward to retirement. It was more like of a dread, you could say. And they would sit down and they would have a meeting or two, and then they would leave, and you could see peace, like they were relaxed. They were looking forward to retirement. And they were excited. So it was like a complete shift would happen, and that's kind of how I fell into it, was seeing the planning that would go on behind the scenes, and then to see the plans carry out. So that's, Nate Towers kind of took me under his wing, and here I am.
The most embarrassing or craziest thing you've ever done?
There is a plethora of those. Fan favorite here is little backstory. I have a terrible phobia, not a fear like spiders or snakes, phobia of birds, all kinds. Don't like them, any kind. And I was at the zoo one day, my first time at the Chicago Zoo for Mother's Day. So everyone and their mother was there. Walking around, and I had the map in my hand, so of course I can't really see what's in front of me. And I go to put it down, and there is a massive peacock right in front of me, and this thing's huge. And it fans its feathers out, and I felt every ounce of breath leave my body, so I started to back up, and I fell into a pond, a big main pond. Once I realized I was not drowning, stood up, I turn around, and there is an army of geese. And those things are mean, they bite, so that was a whole new panic. And then everyone's running over, trying to drag me out of the pond, and for the rest of the day, I would pass people, and you knew they had seen what happened. I was like, yeah, that's the one that fell in the pond. So that is by far the most embarrassing.
I
can't believe you did.
What do you love about helping people plan their retirement?
It kind of leads back to why and how I got into the industry. Is we meet with people with these concerns and worries, whether, how they're going to retire, how they're going to make it through retirement, all these things tied up. There's just so much worry around it, and trust too, hence why we do what we do. We're not your average financial advisors out there. We truly care about our clients and want them to enjoy this new chapter of life. And so when we put these plans in place, we build these roadmaps and these pathways to their retirement, and then you see it carry out and they enjoy this chapter of life, they start taking those trips that they never thought they could take. They start visiting the grandchildren more. They start living out their bucket list. That's probably my favorite part, is seeing everything come together and these people enjoying that chapter of life.